Let me tell you something most people will never tell you because they're too afraid. It might hurt your feelings. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you strength. Nobody is going to inject you with confidence. Nobody is going to crown you brave. If you're waiting for the world to cheer you on, for your parents to tell you you're good enough, for society to hand you a gold medal just for existing, you're already done. You've already lost. Because the truth is, life doesn't reward the weak. Life doesn't bow down to the insecure. Life doesn't respect the timid. The world is a battlefield. And if you walk into that battlefield weak, afraid, and filled with doubt, life will chew you up and spit you out like you never mattered. You want to be strong? You want to be confident? You want to be brave? Then you've got to build yourself from the ground up. You've got to become a person who refuses to break, refuses to doubt, refuses to bow. And how do you become that person? Not by luck, not by wishing, but by adopting ruthless, relentless, non-negotiable habits that carve strength into your bones, pump confidence into your veins, and forge bravery into your soul. You can't fake this. You can't buy this. You can't pretend your way into this. You must earn it every damn day with the habits you live by. These aren't feel-good habits. These are hard, ugly, uncomfortable habits that will rip your weakness apart and replace it with a fire that can't be put out. These habits will make you unstoppable. These habits will make you walk into any room and own it. These habits will make you the kind of person that life itself fears. So if you're ready to kill the old soft version of yourself and build a mind, body, and spirit that can't be broken, lock in, brace yourself. Because once you commit to these habits, there's no turning back. You'll become stronger. You'll become more confident. You'll become braver than 99% of people on this planet. Here are the 6 habits that will make you more strong, confident, and brave. Habit 1, dominate your morning before the world wakes up. Let me tell you something brutal. The world is not waiting for you to get your life together. The world is not going to pause its storms, its obstacles, its predators, its traps, and its betrayals just because you need a little more sleep, just because you need to ease into your day. The wolves of this world are already running. The sharks are already circling. The predators are already sharpening their claws while you are still bargaining with your snooze button. And this is why most men wake up already defeated. They wake up already behind. They wake up dragging themselves out of bed, shackled by comfort, chained by laziness, suffocated by the lie that you deserve rest. No, you don't deserve rest when you haven't even earned war. You don't deserve ease when you've done nothing. You don't deserve peace when you haven't even battled with your own mind. The truth is, your morning is your kingdom, your battlefield, your forge, and weak men allow the world to enter it first, stealing their focus, their teaching, their power, their discipline. Strong men, they own that hour like a savage king defending his territory. They wake up before the sun, not because they're motivated, but because they're built different. They rise before the noise because they know once the noise starts, it's too late. They conquer their body, their breath, their discipline, while the soft and the weak are still curled up in comfort, drooling on their pillow. This is not about morning routines. This is about war. This is about standing in front of the mirror at 4 a.m. and looking your excuses in the eye and saying, "You don't own me anymore. I own you now." This is about setting the tone for the day with aggression, with power, with cold-blooded self-respect. You don't sip coffee lazily. You fuel yourself for war. You don't scroll your phone. You sharpen your mind. You don't complain. You declare victory before the first battle even begins. Because if you don't attack your morning like a savage, your morning will attack you like a slave. If you don't dominate your first thoughts, your thoughts will dominate you all day long. If you don't create space to control your focus, you'll be hijacked by the weak, the jealous, the toxic, the agenda of others. Men who dominate their mornings become unbreakable men. Men who dominate their mornings are men who walk into the world with a sharpened sword, not empty hands. Men who dominate their mornings are men the world can't ignore, can't break, can't stop. Because they've already conquered the hardest battlefield of all, their own mind, when no one is watching. Start your day at war. Start your day owning the darkness. Start your day like no one will save you, because no one will. And you will crush this life like the 99% of weak men never will. Habit 2, Train your mind to love discomfort like oxygen. Listen to me and listen close. You will never be strong. You will never be brave. You will never radiate real, untouchable confidence until you build a sick, ruthless, twisted relationship with discomfort. I'm talking about rewiring your brain to not just tolerate struggle, but crave it like it's your next breath, like you're suffocating and the only air you can breathe is in the pain, in the struggle, in the battle, in the exhaustion, in the chaos. Weak men run from discomfort. Strong men hunt it. Strong men look at the grind, the sweat, the agony, the pain, and they smile like savages because they know this is where the gold is. This is where the power is. This is where most men quit. And they stay. You have to train your mind until the discomfort becomes your oxygen, your high, your addiction, your sanctuary. You have to stop seeing it as punishment and start seeing it as purification. You have to stop seeing it as an interruption and start seeing it as an invitation to a level of power 99% of men will never taste. Let me make this clear. You will never grow inside comfort. No warrior was forged in comfort. No champion was born in comfort. No king was crowned in comfort. Your mind needs to bleed. Your body needs to scream. Your soul needs to be broken and rebuilt every day inside the dungeon of discomfort. That's where the real you lives. That's where the hard, violent, disciplined, savage version of you is forged. If you can learn to love that pain, if you can train your mind to smile in the middle of the suffering, if you can rewire your brain to get excited when most people get scared, you become unstoppable, unbreakable, and dangerous. The world can't hurt a man who loves the hurt. The world can't scare a man who finds peace in fear. The world can't stop a man who is addicted to the very thing that makes most men run home crying. So stop whining, stop looking for easy, stop begging for comfort, run into the fire, sit in the freezing dark. Climb the mountain until your legs give out. Let the pain tattoo its lessons into your brain. Smile in it, laugh in it, own it, because discomfort is your best friend now. And when you love it like air, you will suffocate everyone around you who's still gasping for comfort. Habit 3, speak to yourself like a ruthless king. Not a victim. I'm going to tell you a truth that will slap the soul out of weak men. The words you whisper to yourself in the dark determine if you rise like a king or die like a coward. Every day men are walking around like zombies because the voice in their head is poisoning them. You're not good enough. You can't do it. You don't have what it takes. Enough. This is the battlefield where warriors separate from victims. You must kill that voice. You must replace it with the voice of a king, the voice of a man who commands his life. I'm not talking about affirmation. I'm not talking about soft, feel-good speeches in the mirror. I'm talking about commanding yourself like a savage, like a general, like a conqueror. When weakness starts speaking, you cut it off. You slam your fist on the table and say, we don't speak like that in this kingdom. When fear tries to whisper, you raise your voice above it and say, shut up. We move forward. When the old, broken, weak version of you tries to take the throne again, you drag him into the street and execute him in front of your new mindset. You have to become violent with the way you speak to yourself. Your self-talk must be aggressive, relentless, ruthless, and dominant, not soft, not nice, not emotional, not pitiful. Because listen to me, no one is coming to save you. No one is gonna clap for you. No one is gonna beg you to win. It's you vs you in the dirt, in the dark, in the trenches. And if your voice is weak, your life will be weak. If your voice is apologetic, your results will be apologetic. If your voice is timid, your dreams will laugh in your face. You have to walk around with the language of a king. Every time you speak to yourself, it needs to feel like a command, like an order from the throne, like you will punish yourself if you dare speak weakness again. Because weak men use soft words. Strong men use the language of war, so speak like a man who owns his life. Speak like a man who burns his excuses. Speak like a man who treats every word like a weapon. And when you do, your brain will fall in line. Your body will fall in line. Your actions will fall in line. The world will feel the weight of your voice before you even open your mouth. Habit 4, train to be the most dangerous man in the room. Let me tell you the truth about this world. It doesn't reward nice men. It doesn't hand trophies to polite, soft, non-threatening boys who sit quietly waiting for permission. This world bows to the man who is dangerous. This world yields to the man who can't be ignored, who walks into a room and everyone feels his presence like a war drum in their chest. This world obeys the man who is willing to become a weapon. You don't get there by hoping. You don't get there by dreaming. You get there by training. By becoming obsessed with being the most disciplined, most skilled, most brutal version of yourself. And I'm not just talking about muscles or gym time. I'm talking about a man whose mind is a fortress, whose body is a machine, whose will is a steel blade forging blood, sweat, and isolation. You train when others sleep. You train when others party. You train when others talk. You train when others doubt you. You train because you refuse to be ordinary. You train because you are disgusted by the thought of being forgettable. You train because you understand that in this world, if you are not dangerous, you are prey. Period. Every skill you learn is a weapon. Every book you read is sharpening your sword. Every workout, every fight, every sparring match, every cold shower, every brutal discipline. It's all about becoming a man who walks into a room and dominates it without saying a word. When you train like this, something inside you changes. You no longer fear rejection. You no longer fear loss. You no longer fear pain. You no longer fear failure because you know you are the danger. You no longer ask for opportunities. You take them. You no longer shrink in front of authority. You become the authority. You no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You prove it to yourself every single damn day in the darkness when no one's watching. Because deep down, you know the world respects one thing, power. And power only comes to the man who is willing to bleed, to sacrifice, to push when every other man is collapsing under the weight of their excuses. You have to earn the right to be the most dangerous man in the room through pain, through discipline, through endless savage, lonely work. And when you become that man, you no longer have to speak your dominance. Your energy speaks louder than words. Your posture commands attention. Your presence shifts the entire room because you are not just a man. You are the storm they never saw coming. Train like your life depends on it because it does. Habit 5. Speak like a king, move like a warrior, stop talking like a beggar, stop walking like a victim, stop moving through this world like you owe it an apology for your existence. From this day forward, you speak like a king, you move like a warrior. You command your space like it belongs to you, because it does. Nobody respects the man who mumbles through life, scared to take up space, terrified of offending someone, afraid of his own voice. The world doesn't care about your fears. It doesn't reward your insecurities. It doesn't pause to hold your hand while you hesitate and second guess yourself. This world rewards the man who stands on the battlefield of life and declares, I'm here to win. Every word you speak must be deliberate, sharp, unapologetic. No more soft tones, no more filler words, no more timid, unsure, passive energy. When you speak with conviction, like your words are law, like they bend the environment around you. Because if you don't believe in your words, nobody else will. If you speak like a slave, you will be treated like a slave. If you speak like a king, you will be respected as a king. And your movement, it better match your words. You can't speak like a king and walk like a defeated man. Every step must radiate confidence. Every action must be precise, intentional, fierce. You move like a predator, not prey. You move like a man who knows exactly where he's going, and he'll bulldoze anything in his way to get there. You walk into every room like it's your kingdom. You don't fidget, you don't slouch. You don't glance around like you're waiting for permission. You stand tall. You look people dead in the eyes. You let them feel your energy before you even open your mouth. You're not a boy anymore. You're not here to be liked. You're not here to blend in. You're here to dominate your lane. You're here to conquer your world. You're here to own your space, your time, your life. When you speak like a king and move like a warrior, the world has no choice but to respond. They will either respect you or fear you, but they will never ignore you. Because kings are not background noise, they are the main event. Warriors are not bystanders, they are the ones shaping the battlefield. So from now on, speak with purpose, move with dominance, talk like your words are gold, walk like the ground is lucky to feel your steps. Kings don't beg, warriors don't ask for respect, they take it. You want to become that man? It starts the moment you stop letting fear speak for you and start letting power radiate from every damn word, every move, every breath. Habit 6, learn to smile in the storm, laugh in the fire. This is where 99% of men crumble like weak glass. They face resistance, they fold. They face betrayal, they complain. They face setbacks, they quit. But not you, not anymore. Because you're going to rewire your mind to smile when the storms come and laugh when the fire gets hot. Why? Because men like you were built for the storm. You were born for the fire. You were forged to thrive in chaos, not escape it. The storm doesn't scare you, it wakes you up. The fire doesn't burn you, it sharpens you. Most men panic when life hits them in the mouth. They think the universe is against them. They curse the hard times like victims stuck in a cycle of self-pity. But warriors like you flip the switch. You lean into the chaos. You don't run from the storm. You charge into it head first, smiling like a man who's already won. You understand that the most dangerous man is the one who doesn't flinch when the world tries to break him. The man who laughs when the enemy brings the heat. Because when you smile in the storm fears you. When you laugh in the fire bows to you. Why? Because you're telling the world, I bring more. I eat pain for breakfast. I sharpen my weapons in the darkness. Every challenge, you embrace it like a brother. Every betrayal, you let it carve deeper strength into your character. Every failure, you don't mourn it. You dissect it, own it, and weaponize it. You don't wait for the storm to pass. You become the damn storm, and your laugh is not weak, it's not fake. It's the laugh of a man who knows the secret. Nothing outside of you can destroy what's inside of you unless you let it. And you will never let it. That's why from this day forward, your smile is not weakness. It's defiance. Your laughter is not softness or war cry. It tells the world that no matter how brutal, how vicious, how merciless life becomes, you will never lose yourself. You will never be shaken. You will never beg for comfort. You will stand, smile, and fight because this is your life and you are the unbreakable man in the fire. So when life throws the storm, smile wilder. When life turns up the fire, laugh louder. When they expect you to break, stand taller. Because that's what killers do. That's what kings do. That's what warriors like you do. You're either a slave to your fears or a master of your life. Choose. Let me tell you something. Nobody is telling you in 2025. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to knock on your door and hand you the life you want. Nobody is going to respect you until you start respecting yourself first. Nobody is going to believe in you until you shove proof in their faces. This is the brutal, raw, unapologetic truth of life. And the only men who win in this savage world are the men who accept and attack it. The rest, they'll keep drowning in distraction. They'll keep hiding behind excuses. They'll keep scrolling, whining, crying, hoping anyone will feel sorry for them. And let me tell you what happens to those men. They get forgotten, buried, crushed by the same life they refuse to fight for. But you didn't come this far to be weak. You didn't read this far because you're ordinary. You came because you know deep inside you're built for more. You came because you know you've been playing small, playing soft, playing soft, playing safe, and that ends now. From this day forward, you stop waiting. You stop hesitating. You stop begging. You start hunting, crushing, owning, commanding, becoming. You build the habits. You build the strength. You build the mind that stares into the abyss and says, I am the abyss. I am the storm, I'm the damn fire. Every second you waste doubting yourself is a second stolen by weakness. Every excuse you whisper to yourself is a chain wrapped around your potential. Every time you say it tomorrow, you stab your dreams in the heart. Enough. You've got one life, one shot, one legacy to build. And the only thing standing between you and the savage, powerful, unstoppable version of yourself is you. So what are you going to do? Sit there and cry about how unfair life is? Or stand up, clench your fist, and take it back? Because the truth is brutal. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you fight for. You get what you demand. You get what you crush without apology. If you are still breathing, you still have time. If you are still alive, you still have fire. And if you are still hungry, there is nothing that can stop you. So stop counting days. Stop chasing motivation. Stop playing victim and start murdering your excuses. Start slaughtering your comfort. Stop building the man that the weak version of you will fear to death. This is your year to destroy. This is your life to command. And nobody's gonna hand it to you. You take it, you conquer it, you own it, or you stay lost. Choice is yours, kid.